Hello listeners and welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of You Are My Oxford. The one where I guess all of our post-Bristol optimism has rather exploded in an ugly mess. Dan, shall we talk very, very briefly about the last three games, starting with Sheffield United?
Bad.
Okay. QPR?
Boring.
Fair. Watford?
Balls up.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us this week, listeners. We'll be back in a few weeks with much more insights. Yes, it'll be great, hasn't it?
Wait, just hold on 1 second, because I have actually got a guest. Can you?
Oh, wow. John Larbert?
Not this week, although I do promise it will happen. I've promised him as well.
Okay, give me a clue.
He's a striker.
Cusack.
With a long connection to the club.
Oh, Moody.
His name is Matt.
Oh, I got it. Murphy.
There's a lot of footage online of him dancing in his pants.
Wait, it's not. You're not interviewing me, are you?
If only it was Matt, but I've got a very, very special guest lined up on the sting. Okay, listeners, we are genuinely delighted to have a real Oxford United A-list celebrity joining us today. Matty Taylor, welcome to the show. It is Matty. We're going with Matty?
Yeah, we're going with Matty, yeah. Good start. I like it.
You know what, Matty? Dan's even made you, this is how much he loves you, a little hero video that I think he's going to play now, which, listeners, we're also going to run on social, so you'll be able to see it, and you'll be pleased to hear we couldn't find the footage of you dancing in your pants as a Bristol City player.
But if you want to send that to us, you're welcome to, if you've still got it.
I could fish it out from somewhere, but no, you're all right. I'll spare my blushes.
It looked like Matt Taylor was destined to be the one that got away. Prolific in the youth and reserves, he had a few run-outs in a struggling conference side before being let go by Chris Wilder, who wanted experience, not promise. It wasn't long though before he started making a name for himself, and after a successful spell at Forest Green, there was even talk of a return to Oxford. Instead, he joined Bristol Rovers. Soon he was tearing it up as the Gas first won the conference, and then the following season, Rovers were promoted to League One. Matty's goals were winning many potential suitors, including Oxford, and then the infamous handshake with Michael Appleton. Instead, he chose to stay at Rovers. It wasn't long before a high-profile move to Bristol City followed. That was a move that never quite worked out. When Oxford came knocking for a third time, the prodigal son finally returned. What a move it proved to be. As for the next 3 seasons, the goals flowed, including against the best in the land. With an almost telepathic understanding with James Henry, Matty's 64 goals moved him into the top 10 of the club's top scorers of all time. And although for Oxford fans it happened a few years too late, his position as a legend was finally secured.
Dan, what a video. What a video, by the way. Matty Taylor, absolutely. But Dan, well done with the video. It was almost like a posh version of The Streets, that was. Matty, what do you make of that? Are you on TikTok yourself, by the way, should ask?
I'm not on TikTok, to be fair. I probably should be, but no, great video, yeah. Yeah. Nailed it, didn't you? Love it, Dan.
It's what I do for a living, so I should be good at it. Matt, welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show. You were spotted at Bristol City. Somebody spotted you, a friend of ours, sent a little video of you in the crowd on the kind of balcony. Does that mean you're still an Oxford United fan? Are you going to games? Are you following our progress?
Yeah, of course. Follow it as much as I can. So yeah, when I'm not playing, so obviously currently, saw my partner said there's a game on Sunday. Obviously it was Bristol City. I was like, okay. My eldest was born in Bristol, so he's an avid football fan, Oxford United supporter himself. So yeah, it fitted well. And yeah, I noticed I obviously got spotted second half, got a little song and a ripple, which was nice. And yeah, took the 3 points home. So, but yeah, it was a good game to watch, actually. Good performance.
Before we start reminiscing too much, I just have a little quiz. Matt, we always do a quiz in our podcast. I've got a little quiz. It's Matty Taylor related. In Matty's very first game for Oxford United in 2007, he came on as a substitute. But who did he replace? And in his last game, he was subbed off, but who replaced him? I'm going to give you a point for each, and I'll take your answers at the end of the podcast. Matty T, how are you feeling? Don't give us the answers if you know them.
Oh, wow. That's tough. That is tough. I'm struggling with both, I'll be honest. Okay, let me have a think.
I'm going to give Matty T a clue. It was against Aldershot And it was in the Setanta Shield. So a real glamour tie. Real glamour tie.
Wow. Cool. All right, let's get going. Matty, you are, of course, an Oxford boy. Tell us how you first came about joining the club first time around.
I mean, I'd go right back to when I think I was 8 years old. Went for a big trial, as hundreds of kids do, on a big, massive field, lots of games. To me, it was just a game of football, and obviously got recommended by my Kidlington manager. Went, as I always do, went and played football with a smile on my face, and I vaguely remember scoring a few, and then got asked back to come join the Centre of Excellence it was at the time.
I'm fascinated by that era of Oxford around 2007 when you made your debut, and you played 8 or 9 games, I think, coming on as a sub. What was the club like at the time? Describe it to us. And what was Darren Patterson like? A guy who I met a few times, I was really fond of. But tell me what you made of him.
Pato, he was brilliant. To be fair, he was stern. He was hard on us. Proper old school like approach. But I mean, he must have stepped in as interim manager a few times, and he went to steady the ship at times, and he'd always give youngsters a chance. So I remember him. I can't remember what game it was. Maybe Hayes and Yedding, FA Cup at home. And I remember I've gone round the keeper and slipped. And I've heard like all the chair, obviously everyone stand up off the chairs. I've heard the slap, and it was a proper hair raising moment for me at the time. And I think I'm just about to score at Kassam, and I've slipped over. I was wearing moulds. He's come and dressed me afterwards. I think we might have even won the game. And he's hammered me, just said, what's on your feet? Why aren't they studs, basically? And I was thinking at the time, like, I've only got one pair of boots anyway, so so it was easy or nothing. But yeah, that was probably it's like the jump from boys football to like get a well done almost. This is cutthroat, like this is it. This is people's livelihoods. This is a job now. And yeah, I got it early on, and I mean, I'm not sure they get that nowadays, if I'm totally honest with you. So yeah, I'm probably one of the closest to that sort of last generation-ish type, I would say. Quite old school approach, which again, it gets you thicker skin and probably helped me in my career along the way, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some stage.
So Chris Wilder obviously came in. He signed Bino, Matt Green, Jack Midson. How did he let you go? How did he spell it out to you? Did you know it was coming again?
Not really. No, I mean, just naive. I felt I was doing really well at the time. I felt like I was scoring lots of goals, sort of in the youth teams, training with the first team all the time for sort of a year and a half. And yeah, the senior pros, you get an acknowledgement from them. You know you're doing all right, and you know you're causing them a hard time, like your Barry Quinns, your Chris Wilmots, and they sort of like your Eddie Hutchinson sort of thing, and then you know you're doing all right, even though they was a generation before me and they were like proper old school and stuff. But yeah, I mean, no, he just sort of said like, really like you as a player, don't think you're quite ready to start, be a part of the first team, and essentially they brought in better players that were more ready for me, and I mean, can't argue, got promoted. So, and looking back, was I ready? Probably not. And I've had my journey, and it was again heartbreaking at the time, but looking back, I think it's correct.
According to Wikipedia, after you've left Oxford, you've gone then to Forest Green, where you've done really well for a couple of seasons. Then Oxford tried to re-sign you. Is that right? We've tried to sign you a couple of times over the years.
Yeah. It's almost, there was conversations. I don't think there was contracts on the table back then, but there was conversations that were leading that way. So yeah, I didn't turn them down as such, but there was conversations, and they've always, I mean, obviously being back at the club now, I've asked a lot of questions about these sort of things and got like sort of the answers and stuff. And clubs send out scout reports, and there's a lot of data now on scout reports and what you do well, what you need to improve on, and then they log it. Like, and there's loads, especially for players that they keep sort of in mind, and it's not sort of scattergun really. I mean, sometimes it might be on deadline days and things like that, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I know they kept tabs on me for many years and stuff. So yeah, there wasn't the opportunity to turn down the contract, but there was interest. Yeah.
Of course, you went on to Bristol Rovers, who were in the conference at the time. And as Dan mentioned in the video, you tore it up. You were scoring goals left, right and centre. I think a lot of Oxford fans at that time were thinking how we'd massively messed up letting you go. I know I certainly think that. Was there a bit of you kind of wanting to prove yourself and kind of, I'll show Oxford?
Oh, definitely. And that's what I mean from when I use it as motivation, that was a fuel to my fire. You've essentially been told you're not good enough. And whatever your why is, you need a why in life, whether that's football, whatever industry you're in, you need a purpose and you need a why, and you need something that's going to push your body to limit. Make sure you do that, whatever, a 5K run in less time than your last one and stuff like that. And yeah, that was my why. I've been told I wasn't good enough. I thought I was. I'll go and show you, essentially show everyone that I am. And that fueled me. And I remember having a conversation with Chris Wilder when he was Northampton manager, and I just played against him, and he just sort of said, mate, it's brilliant to see like how well you're doing and how much you've improved. And I was actually genuinely shocked, because I thought, like, in my head, he's not having me. And weirdly, he tried to sign me, actually, like after that when he was at Sheffield United, so a few years later. So that was kind of the point where I was like, right, I've proved to you, like, and I've come up with levels. And he was basically saying fair play, like, and obviously tried to sign you. So it's like a bit of a full circle moment, really.
You had 2 successive promotions, including you got promoted Bristol Rovers got promoted the same season Oxford did,
Yeah.
I think. You snuck up on the last day of the season, was it, against Accrington? And then Michael Appleton tries to sign you. And there was the infamous handshake that I mentioned in the video. Go on, give us your story. What really happened here?
I know I wasn't too happy. I know that.
Not a man to make crust, yeah.
No, I was out of contract in that summer. So the year we both went up, and yeah, I had a move to Championship fall through for whatever reason randomly. So yeah, I had a couple of contracts on the table when I'm at Oxford, and to be honest, I thought it was like a football chat anyway. Unravelled as they do, to be honest, and it was contracts being sort of discussed there and then, and yeah, we just couldn't agree. And in my eyes, I've left there just saying, appreciate the offer, I'll let you know, sort of thing. And it wasn't where it was at, otherwise I would have agreed, sort of thing. And it was just a handshake to say, like, bye, thanks for meeting, lads. I shook everyone's hand, and for me that's what it was. And then obviously I seen that, a bit baffled by it, but yeah, and then one of the lads, Lee Brown, like, was his biggest joker ever, and he just said, if you score today, we'll do a handshake celebration. Like, I'm
classic,
young, naive. I'm one for jokes as well. So yeah, it happens, was the winner, and yeah, didn't mean anything by it apart from harmless banter, really. But there was always that feeling, I'm ready, I'm good enough, I want to play for Oxford. It was always in my mind to do that, and I really did want to do it then. And then I thought, Bristol Rovers is literally built for me to score goals. It was just less of a gamble going into a league I'd never played in as well, and just to keep that momentum. Obviously, I had massive affinity to the club, loads of mates there, and I was flying. So it was more of a risk, even though it was with a heavy heart. It was the right decision at the time. And then obviously, thankfully, we got there in the end, and I got to play for Oxford a few years down the line. And yeah, it's a dream come true, really.
Let's get into the meat of this chat now.
Yeah, we've had enough talk about you scoring goals for other clubs. Let's talk about you scoring goals for us now. You were spotted, I guess, just before you signed for us, having a chat with KR in the tunnel. Was that the moment that you were signing, or I guess you can't say that, but How did the move come about to Oxford? And did you have any hesitation when Oxford went to Bristol City and asked you
I was obviously just there watching the game and expressed an interest. There was other clubs in for me as well, and it was just nothing's ever simple in football. So it's just navigating what you kind of, when there's an offer that's been accepted from a club, when you're contracted, that's when you have decisions to make, really. So nearly didn't happen, I'll be honest. Dare I say I was potentially looking to drive somewhere else, but then there was a late call. So
Love that. The intrigue. Can you come on? That was a tease. Can you tell us any more?
nah, no point in that.
All right. So you land at Oxford, and I think we were probably a striker short of being a great team when you joined, but I think all the fans were desperate for you to be that main man, for you to be that striker, someone to come and answer our prayers. How much of a relief was it when you got your first goal at Lincoln to kind of get you up and running, and get the fans on your side, get them cheering, and kind of get your Oxford account up and running?
Yeah, the first goal is always the worst, I'll be honest. You want it as quick as possible, of course you do, and especially when you're going back, obviously there's friends, family, absolutely delighted, and then you just want to. It's almost even more pressure on you when you're playing for your hometown club rather than anywhere else. And even as a striker, there's always pressure, obviously. So I'm used to that, but it was just added pressure just to get things going really well.
I think this is your goal coming up here, isn't it? It was 6-1 we won that day or something?
I think it's 6-0, I think.
6-0, yeah.
Rightly. Yeah, I mean, can't miss them, can I? Put on a plate for me. And obviously delighted. That feeling was incredible. And then, what a side we had. There was, the conversations I'd had, it was the XG on other games that had been played, and it was just literally missing that number 9 to stay in the box. And it was music to my ears. It felt like the perfect move away from sort of the meaning behind it, and then putting it all together, it was perfect, to be honest. And like I said, it was a dream come true, and enjoyed my whole time there. So scored a lot of goals, and it was a dream come true, like I said.
I'm going to show you the West Ham game, which I think was your second goal. Again, another just incredible performance. Would you get the second one in this? It was Moore. Elliot Moore got the first, I think.
Over swivel.
I think you get the second one. I mean, what a team that was. Tell us about that team. Who are the standout players for you?
I mean, I don't want to. I won't want to miss anyone out, to be honest. That was why we were so good, because everyone was fantastic, to be honest. We had the senior pros who were brilliant, kept the dressing room going. We had the younger lads, obviously, that kicked on and got moves and stuff. And I was somewhere in the middle, probably towards the experience end, wasn't I? So, but it was just, brilliant group on the pitch, brilliant group off the pitch. Really, really felt like the whole fan base was right behind us. And there's just obviously some magical games, some brilliant comebacks, some amazing late goals, some amazing football played. So it was a pleasure to be a part of, to be honest.
For our listeners who purely consume the podcast in an audio version, we are seeing a lot of Matty Taylor's goals here, and I'm just enjoying watching them. This is probably a time to shout out to say that we do also record this, we do film this every week, and it is on YouTube. Take a look. You get a lot of kind of extra content. You get a lot of extra bang for your buck. You get to see Matty Taylor's goals, which, in itself is incredible. And I think we're about to see another goal of yours here. And it was only against, Matty, probably, possibly, arguably, a lot of people say the best team in the world ever. Now, that must have been some feeling. Talk us through that game and your goal against Manchester City, which we're watching now, YouTubers.
Yeah, it was a big night, wasn't it? Was it the quarterfinals? So I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was quarterfinals. Yeah. It was quarterfinals. Yeah,
It was a huge night for the club. Like you said, champions of England, incredible team. Not sure they had everyone out, thankfully, but they still had some superstars out there.
It's a lovely finish, I have to say.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I'm not gonna lie. That was right up there. That feeling. I must have watched it back a few times that night. I'll be honest. So yeah, and then my son's a Man City fan. Don't ask me how. Glory for, but
We'll shake that out of him. Don't worry, mate.
So yeah, he's.
Dad, you scored against Man City. No, play it again.
Yeah.
Just have it on in a loop in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Rodri's just won the Ballon d'Or. I was like, yeah, he's easy. Couldn't tackle me. Managed to get Foden's shirt from that game, which obviously.
Really? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that pride of place in your house or?
Yeah, screwed up somewhere. Yeah, I mean, or somewhere. Yeah, shirt.
That's great though.
It's put on a mantelpiece. It's not broken.
That's a pension, Matty.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, amazing night. Even though we lost, I don't know how long it was. 1-1 for. Wasn't very long, was it? A few minutes, but yeah, adrenaline rush. That was some moment, to be fair.
When I was making the video we showed at the start, I obviously had to watch through some of these games to try and find the moments, and we had a lot of chances that day. We really did. And I remember reading after the game, we'd had more shots against Man City than any other team had done under Pep.
Yeah.
Until, that's been beaten since then, but I think we had 17 or 18 shots on goal.
The greatest team the world has ever seen. So
yeah, it was a brilliant night. It almost felt like a win because you're probably not going to win, but we did have that belief that we could beat anyone, just given the nights that we'd had. But yeah, I mean, they put us to bed in the end. I think Sterling got a couple. So, but yeah, it's brilliant to test yourselves against that caliber of player, and just everything you do, they do miles better, and physically they're miles better, and they're just honestly, they're perfect. And anyone ever watches a Premier League game and says, "Oh, he's rubbish," honestly, step on a pitch with them, they're not.
We lost Shandon Baptiste and Tarek Fosu later that year in January. How good were those two? We talked about Premier League players just now. Did you think they were Premier League class?
Yeah, Shandon was highly spoke about by the gaffer. Sorry, literally from the first month I was there, and then Tariq just ripped it up and got better and better. Had all the tools as well to play really high. So, but yeah, just the way Shandon moved on the pitch, the things he saw at such a young age, yeah, you could see he was on the cusp of getting a move very quickly. And yeah, it's great to see all the lads when you played with someone and you see them go on to bigger and better things. It's really nice to see, and it's a short career. And I know, fans at times, you don't want people to go as such, and especially when you sort of properly attached to them, they're a fan's favourite. But when you're players, you're playing with them, you're just fair play, you deserve that and you've earned it. Go and do it again. And yeah, near enough everyone you meet, they're good lads, to be honest. So wish more the best.
So moving on, let's speak about lockdown. Now, this must have come at a weird time, almost thinking the season's probably not going to finish here. What was it like being a footballer at that point?
Honestly, got to spend every day in the garden with my eldest, with the point of obviously all the restrictions and the carnage that was going on in the world, which obviously was not ideal and was horrible, but it was strange time. Never had it before. I won't have it again playing football, that's for sure. So yeah, it was one of them moments when, I mean, you guys have been the same. I'm sure you've done God knows how many quizzes. I was having a beer in the garden every other day and then doing workout and stuff like that. So it's a strange time because you just didn't have a return date, even though the return
I'm glad to know you were doing exactly the same as me.
Yeah, not gonna lie. If you've asked me a few years ago, I might have been a bit more professional, but yeah. Yes.
Yeah, weird.
It was
weird time.
It was strange, but you had to keep yourself in shape. So we was doing Zoom fitness calls.
Must have been mad.
In the garden. Some lads had their cameras on, some didn't.
Name and shame.
Yeah, who didn't?
I never.
Can we guess?
So yeah, we stayed in shape and we stayed connected as a team, which I feel was really important. And yeah, the club and the staff and the lads were brilliant. We had to send in our runs. And to be honest, you needed that mental break, because obviously there was times when you could only go, obviously, walk the dog on your own and stuff. So obviously I lived with my family. Some people would have been on their own, and it was a difficult time. But yeah, as a footballer, you just had to keep yourself in shape because you didn't know the return date. And obviously we had quite an important games to return to. So yeah, finally got back there. And obviously I think we had like a sort of a mini pre-season. I think we had 2 weeks back to build on top of the fitness that we kept. And then obviously into the playoffs. So it was a bit carnage, yeah.
How far off what you would consider peak fitness were you?
Wow. I think I nearly pulled my quad about 2 days before the final, if I'm honest. So, but yeah.
It's been a real fear though, right? It must have been a real fear for all of you that you are, potentially going to really injure yourself badly, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you can't replicate what you do at the training ground, the intensity, the gym work. You can't recreate it. You can do your best, but obviously we got sent home on that Friday and we didn't know we were coming in. So we didn't have you just have your home based stuff, and most of the lads have got like sort of few bits of gym equipment. But yeah, no team in that year's playoffs were doing peak fitness, but it's no excuses. I've not watched the game back, to be honest, and I probably won't, but I know I was there that day, and I know what should have happened. I know we should have won the game, but we didn't, and it'll always haunt me. But you can't change the history books, unfortunately, and it's what it is.
You're kind of jumping a tiny bit ahead, but like, how weird was it when you walked out in the playoffs and then at Wembley with no crowd? That must have been a totally bizarre experience, because it must have felt like a reserve game and yet also, one of the biggest games of your career.
Yeah, definitely. That was a challenging bit, because obviously normally big games, big crowds, you don't really need anything needs to get you going, but that just amplifies the experience. So yeah, walking out into the warm up is silent and stuff. Obviously all fans sent their faces in as the cardboard cutouts and stuff, didn't it? Just
my daughter was one of them. I should have dug it out, and if you give me a minute, I'll dig it out, because it's not far from here. But
I think I chucked my son in the crowd, I think, to be honest. So yeah, it was weird times. Obviously, we had the following season, didn't we? Like that to whatever day it was. But yeah, that obviously the Portsmouth games, you knew they were big, so you didn't need to have the crowd there as such. But that's the reason you part of the reason you play football as well. You want to be playing the big games with the big like stadiums and the fans and the noise, and like I said, just amplifies the experience. And yeah, it was strange, but the penalty shootout win against Portsmouth, like I'm sure you both watch it back, like the celebrations were very high, and we knew we'd won a massive game. So yeah, it's just obviously disappointing that we didn't see it through, but the club's been promoted since at Wembley in front of the fans. So can I take that?
It's worked out that I've got the tough question. Did James Henry do the right thing? I've got the video here, but I'm not sure I can face playing it, to be absolutely honest. Do you want to watch it back? The James Henry pass?
I've seen that clip, and I've seen the still, and
shut your eyes, listeners, if you don't know what.
Yeah.
I mean, look, JMO's unbelievable player. Does he probably score that 9 times out of 10? I'll probably take 10, to be honest, but I think he knew whenever he passed me the ball, it felt like a goal as well. So he's probably thinking, experienced player like that, I'm probably going to score, or do I make it an easier chance, and it's definitely going to be a goal in a final? And then it's great defending, to be honest.
It was amazing defending.
Yeah.
So again, fine margins, and like fair play to Wickham. They, to a man, they left it all out there as well, and they got the job done. So more than one way to win a game of football, and they done it. But yeah. Funnily enough, like, was a few months passing by, but yeah, he did get some stick for that.
Of course, aside from that one moment, we shouldn't forget, you seem to have an almost telepathic understanding when you played with James Henry. Did it feel that way sometimes when you're on the pitch? You're just so connected around what you guys were doing.
Strange feeling. You get it a few times, but he was certainly sort of the standout player, like in my career, where the pictures in my head of what's going to happen with this football is exactly the same as what he's thinking. He probably got half of my assist, didn't he? It was just, it was everything. He just knew where I was going to be. I knew what he was going to do with it, whether he was on the halfway line, just outside the box, cutting in. Honestly, it was a pleasure to play with him. And yeah, I think I got him a few goals as well, to be fair. Some of the passing was.
And that's fair to say.
He's a brilliant player. Still playing now, obviously, for Aldershot. And a brilliant guy as well. So I never want to change room. That was an amazing lad as well.
Are you still in touch with him? Do you just like speak telepathically? Like...
Yeah. Just code. No, yeah, I've spoke to him. Football's funny. Sometimes you speak to people really regularly. Sometimes it's a few months and stuff. And every time you pick up a phone, it's like you've never been away, really. It's funny business, really. So when you catch up, it's brilliant. I was with a couple of my other old teammates at the weekend on Saturday, and it's probably over a year since I've seen a few of them. And it's just really nice. But yeah, it's good to see him doing well. I think he's player coach down at Aldershot, so I'm sure he'll have little dabble at it. He'll stay in the game because he's got a lot of knowledge and to pass on to the young lads.
He's very much on our list of future guests, so if you just want to leave us his number afterwards.
I'll send him a message.
Do.
I think we can skip pretty much most of the next season too, which is really weird because it was, again, an incredible season if you look at the results. But, again, it just felt, for us as fans, it just felt really weird. I think there's 3 or 4 games we're allowed to. I didn't get a season ticket because I wasn't a season ticket holder the year before, so I didn't see a single game live that season. We snuck into the playoffs in the last day. I guess we've got to mention the Blackpool game.
Yeah, I mean...
What happened?
We mentioned the Swindon game as well, because I scored against Swindon in that one that season. So give that a little mention,
We lose to them.
What? No, not at home.
We lose.
Not at home. Did we? I don't know.
We won at their place. I think we won at their place and lost at ours.
Can't believe we're not playing that goal, Dan.
Yeah, that's poor. That's poor.
Come on.
That is
I'm
poor.
going to have to speak to the producer.
I'll edit it on afterwards. Look at this great goal you scored against Swindon, Matt.
We should have done a whole episode just from this goal.
See, fans were back for that, so it was great. Atmospheres, was what they're the games you want to play in. But obviously, as it happened, we just shot ourselves in the foot that first leg, and yeah, threes it's just too big a margin. Even though the first 3 years, maybe not the last year, but like the first 3 years, I actually felt like whenever we conceded a goal or went behind, I was just like, give us the ball back, we'll probably score 3. Like, that's just the mentality and how good I thought we were, if I'm honest, which was a great feeling again. So yeah, when we got the early goal away, I actually felt it's on here. And yeah, it was obviously a high scoring game, but yeah, it was just, in the end, it was obviously just give ourselves too much to do. And they were, to be honest, they were probably the best side in that playoffs that year, if I'm honest. Just seemed to have everything and done a job on us, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's move on. Enough of this depressing chat. Let's move on to next season, because crowd back the next season, obviously.
Yeah.
You were really back to your best, in my opinion, in the Oxford fans' opinion. And it was a typically kind of wild Carl Robinson season with like loads of runs of defeats and then an insane run of wins. But it was always fun to watch. And you kind of alluded to it just then. Always fun to watch. Was it fun to play in as well?
Oh, yeah. It was so enjoyable. The football we played, it was unreal, to be honest. Like, to watch, to play in, we just moved it so well. Chances created. There was just not a position on the pitch where you'd be like, you'd love to play anywhere, to be honest. And obviously for me, you got lads around you that doing what they do and make my life easy, to be honest. It's probably the similar highlight reel to the goal, and it's like, he scored another tap in, but it's just It was just the patterns, the lads setting the ball up, and then I just knew where it was coming, so it was easy really for me. So yeah, so enjoyable. And then yeah, obviously that was my highest score in the season. It was nice to get over the 20 goal in the league mark. That was nice. And then obviously you finished on 22, didn't I? So yeah, it was a good season, that one.
When we were good that year, we were really, really good. And I've got to ask this question slowly because I'm uploading the goal as we speak. But there's a goal against Wigan, which I think is one of the best team goals I've ever seen. Talk us through this goal. Do you remember this one away at Wigan? I remember watching this like back on oufc Player. It's just one of the most beautiful team goals I think I've ever seen. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you've missed out sort of where it come from our own box, didn't it? And
yeah,
this is it. Yeah, unreal goal. Running power of Sykesy, Cam, amazing. Just little 1-2s. To be honest, I do remember this game. I think that's probably my only good touch, and even then, it's not gone where I wanted it to be honest. Yeah, I was throwing up all night the night before, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, got changed in a separate changing room, and I don't know how long I played. I felt horrendous after the game, but yeah. But I remember the goal, and the gaffer was sort of saying, "Yeah, job done. Get yourself yourself away." But yeah, unbelievable team goal. And like I said 5 minutes ago, the boys they've done all the hard work, and I just do what I do in the box, and it was just amazing time, and just obviously really enjoyable time to be playing football, to be honest.
Yeah. There's another game I wanted to pick up on, which I was at, and I just really enjoyed it. And there was a glimpse. It was at Charlton. There was a glimpse of what could have been with you and Sam Baldock together. If he was ever fit, it was a cracking 4-0 win. What do you remember that game? Because you were unstoppable. You were both unstoppable that day.
Yeah, I mean, I still speak to Sam regularly as well. He doesn't live too far away from me, so we joke about it. I think we had 4.5 games together, but it almost felt like half a season like together. He was another player. I knew exactly what he was going to do, and he knew exactly where I was going to be, and it was just electric. And it literally, he'd score and then I'd score, and I think it almost kept pushing us. I know it's a real brief spell, but certainly my side, it almost pushed me on to it's like a different level again. And yeah, it was. I know it was only 4.5 games. It sounds silly, but yeah, it was brilliant. I remember the game he went off. To be fair, he's like, "I've done something here," and yeah, I was gutted, literally gutted, because we were flying.
There's one other game we've got to talk about, which is the 7-2 at Gillingham. Do you ever wish you were on penalties that day?
I missed one. I missed one the week before, didn't I? I think it was.
Did you?
Cheltenham, yeah. And me, JMO, and Cam, obviously all want to score goals, want to take penalties, and yeah, I think it was Cam's turn. I think, I don't know if JMO was playing, or he'd miss one and come back to me. I'd miss one, and then I'll be honest with you, Cam's unbelievable from the spot. So yeah, I think that was one game when it was like, I could have filled my boots here, and I probably, if I'd have stayed on penalties, got over 30 that season. So it's like slightly frustrating. Shouldn't have missed them in the first place, I'll be honest. And what better man do you want on your penalties, to be honest? He's the coolest, calmest from the spot I've seen, and what a dead ball striker from 12 yards.
And also, let's not forget, this is pretty much the last time Oxford were awarded a penalty.
Yeah. Literally, yeah, I can't remember. Last year, wasn't it? So, I mean, he's not a bad person to have on the penalties, is he? So I don't think he's missed one, has he?
Yeah. No, decent.
So we've got to talk about the end of that season with as one of just 2 wins in 8 games. Now I'm going to, again, the difficult questions fallen to me again. I don't remember, the BBC did a radio documentary series at the end of that season, and it's really interesting that they were following Paul Warne at Rotherham and Carl Robinson. And I remember listening to it, thinking how clear and calm Paul Warne was, and by contrast, how passionate but sometimes scrambled KR was. Is that a fair thing? Do you think his passion kind of also made him prone to these hot and cold streaks? Because he was a streaky manager, right?
I don't know, really. Maybe he's definitely a passionate man, but that's good, really, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, you can't really fault him for that. Like, we're the ones going on the pitch and stuff. So again, it's football. You're not meaning to not win games. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And it is a results business, but sometimes the performances don't reflect the results as well. I.e., like the final with Wickham and many other games, and they kind of mask performances sometimes, and especially under obviously the Gaffer's era, we tended to start quite slow, but performances were there. It was just kind of putting the whole pieces of the puzzle together, whether that be sort of getting enough chances created, whether that be sort of like us forward players not finishing it. So yeah, it's sometimes in good footballing sides, it takes a little bit longer for everyone to sort of click, rather than say your Paul Warren sides, which tend to, obviously not saying them all, but tend to maybe go a little bit more direct, and there's less risk involved, and it's kind of easier to get sort of the flow quicker.
I guess we have to talk about the last season, which I don't think anyone kind of looks back at that fondly, and guess came kind of out of the blue in some ways as well. What can you tell us about our season, and when did you realise, and maybe you and your teammates realise things weren't quite going right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember there was obviously Jan and obviously Murph come in to obviously did they replace Sykesy and Willow? Was it that year?
Yeah,
Sounds about
we
right.
did. Yeah,
So I remember I had a really good relationship, like on and off the pitch with them both. Energy, legs, pretty much what we're talking about in that Wigan goal. And the club have obviously gone and got, in their eyes, upgrades and stuff on them with even better pedigrees and stuff. And they were unbelievable players. I remember the first week, just levels were they were flying, to be honest. And I was kind of licking my lips here, really, because I'm thinking, God, this is 25, 30 now this year. And they both got injured. So, and then, yeah, it was, I felt like, obviously I was another year older. I played, I don't know, I just maybe felt a little bit jaded, a little bit from played a lot of games. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? But yeah, we just kind of lost a bit of energy up front, I feel, that season. And then I felt like our style of play wasn't as free flowing, and we went a little bit more direct at times and wasn't creating a lot. That's what it certainly felt like for me, and kind of turned into a slightly different side for that. I say that year, to be honest. I know I was only there till obviously end of January, but yeah, it wasn't. It was frustrating, really, really frustrating from where we was to where that year went, to be honest. So yeah.
I think the heartbreaking thing about the end of your time at Oxford was how it happened, kind of just literally like that. I just remember the announcement. Everyone was waiting up for another signing on transfer deadline day. And like the guy from the Oxford Mail had posted, don't go to bed just yet. And we're all like, oh, it's exciting. And then just like hearing you'd gone, was it Port Vale you joined? It's just like our heart being ripped out of us. It's just like the one guy in our team who could actually trust to score a goal, and it's just gone. And tell us how it came about. Obviously, there was a rumor and so on.
Yeah.
Tell us how it came about.
I mean, yeah, it was obviously a difficult season, really, really frustrating for myself and obviously the whole team and where we'd been at. And yeah, obviously, I'm sure Gaff was under pressure as well. And it wasn't really, I was getting really frustrated, and wasn't, probably the first time for a long time I wasn't enjoying my football again, which is sad to say. And on reflection, it was the wrong decision, to be honest, in terms of, obviously there's a deadline on deadline day and emotions are high, and certain things did happen. Obviously it escalated pretty quickly and stuff, but in the end, it was my old manager. He'd have me in a heartbeat. I think he signed me 3 times now. My best mate in football was playing up front for him, who I speak to every day. And he was like, well, if you're not happy, like, you can always come here. So it wasn't sort of, there was no thought behind it. It was quite an emotional decision. And then, yeah, in the end, deadline day happened. It happened. I've kind of sort of said, like, I'll if the offer's there, like just reject it, and I'll come in sort of tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, or whatever. And I got a late call saying had been accepted. So it was it's a highly emotional time. And when you're hearing that, you're like, okay, well, maybe it's time, because not everything lasts forever. But yeah, I remember. I think it was really late signing, and I remember I went and checked on my eldest, and he'd fallen asleep actually in that kit. To be fair,
This one,
yeah, that one, yeah. And I remember as soon as I saw him, I did cry. I'm not gonna lie, and you just know. I'm like, that's not how it should have happened. Not how it should have ended. But it was done. Like the ink's dry and stuff, and yeah, it wasn't. I'd kind of maybe I'd kind of wanted to get that sort of feeling back of enjoyment and stuff, and I knew I'd get it under Daryl. But yeah, obviously I don't think we were a great side, to be honest, and and just something's not right in you, like, and it is what it is. I didn't have to sign anything, so I take responsibility in it, and just it is what it is. And you try and go through life without trying to make your best decisions and stuff. And I think I got that wrong personally for whatever reason. I won't go into detail too much, but yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it.
There was no kind of resentment towards you at all. I think the sadness was we never got to say goodbye to you, and you probably never got to say goodbye to us either, right? So this is your opportunity, right? And this,
No, I agree, and you don't think about those things in the heat of the moment, and your phone's pinging off all day and stuff like that, and you don't think of that. And like when it sets in, you're like, I'm not gonna wear that yellow shirt again. I'm not gonna play at Sam again. I'm like, do you know what I mean? And I knew there wouldn't be any sort of ill feeling and stuff at all, and there's not, obviously, on my end. Like I gave 3.5 years of sort of the best part of like my career, when sort of I was always wanted to be at the peak of my powers, to be honest, and show people what I was about. Like, and I feel I definitely done that. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to play at Sam, and I'd love to play in Oxford United shirt one more time, 100%. That won't happen in professional football now.
I'd be a game at the moment, actually.
I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
Maybe in a charity.
What are you doing in 2 Saturdays' time?
Yeah, it's it was. You don't think of things like that, and then obviously dropped down a league, and I'm like, I'm never going to play there again. And then I went obviously to Cheltenham, come back in the same league. I was like, wow, gonna go back, like do what you've said, and pull my hamstring the Tuesday before Saturday. I couldn't believe it, and I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe like it's just meant to be, Maybe I've got weak hamstrings. Who knows? But maybe, it just wasn't meant to play against Oxford again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, thank you for being so honest, especially, it takes a lot to chat that through. Hopefully you've got a lot out of it as well. I mean, we've spoken about highs, we've spoken about amazing games, we've spoken about a few low moments as well. When you look at that, your kind of body of work as an Oxford United fan, hopefully you can kind of be a bit more reflective. Now, how do you kind of reflect on your time at Oxford United?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I kind of be a bit honest and open now. Like, obviously, I'm playing semi-pro and stuff, and all the emotions of it sort of, I'm at peace with it, So I've thoroughly enjoyed every day being an Oxford United player. Like I said earlier on, it was a dream come true, and to score so many goals for a club I grew up supporting, grew up loving, grew up watching idols play means so much to me. And yeah, I mean, to be in a top 10 all times, if you said that to me when I was a kid, like, God, I took top 100, but talk to me now, I'd love to be higher, because I'm greedy. I'd love to be, but I kind of ran out of time, so that's my fault.
Well, I'm still a bit cross with you for not joining under Appleton, because we were one striker short. All right, we ended up with Wes Thomas and Kane Hemmings, so I think you probably owe us a pint, really. Honestly,
But
that was a great
yeah.
team you had to join. Yeah. Anyway,
I can't complain, to be honest. And yeah, like I said, to give some of my best years means a lot to me, and I'm incredibly proud of. And yeah, and my family are too.
And just very quickly, of course, you're now at Salisbury. I know just looking at the league table, maybe results aren't quite going to plan, but you're still out there, you're still coaching. You know, how's it? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So obviously I'm playing part-time now. So it's, kind of a bit of a transitional period and stuff. I haven't had all my fun. Obviously, I'm still enjoying playing. Results could be better, but it's nice to still be, like, I'm 35 now, still be out there, still be doing the game I loved when I was 8 years old, to still be down to do it now. So yeah, you got to be grateful. And then, I mean, got eyes to stay in the game afterwards, do my son's coaching now. It's a different part of my life. Like, and I've almost had my fun with, like, professional football, got everything I needed to from it, probably overachieved what I ever could hope and imagine, to be honest, in terms of, like, the levels you played at and stuff. So yeah, still playing. Hopefully got a few more years of me. You never know. Might be like a Jamie Curran or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see if I get 40.
I'm sure you have. Now, listen, I know you've obviously been fielding all our questions and talking a lot for the last hour, but hopefully in between you've been racking your brains about the quiz that was at the top of the show.
That's why we're here, isn't it? Like,
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's why some people I'm sure have held on for the last hour. No, I kid. Dan, go on, take it away.
so
A reminder.
I asked who Matt replaced when he came on for his first game for Oxford United. It was against Aldershot in the Setanta Shield, the big one. And the answer, and I'm going to ask our Matt first, if that's okay.
Me first. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a whirl. Marvin Robinson.
I was going to go Phil Trainer.
Both wrong. It was the Welsh penalty-taking wizard, Robert Duffy.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? He was my third guess. All right.
And for the second point, I asked who replaced Matt in his last ever game, which was away at Burton. And they're going to ask our Matt again first, just because I reckon Matty might get this.
Brown?
I'd go for Gas.
Correct. It was Gatlin O'Donker. 1 out of 2.
Take that.
Take that. That's your career. 1 in 2, right?
I'd take that. I'd take that as well. Yeah.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Chatting with you has definitely lifted us after 3 fairly crap performances. How are you feeling about Oxford's chances this season? You feeling good? We're going to turn it round?
Yeah. What I saw from the Bristol City game, more of that, to be honest. Obviously, they're a very, very good side. It's just not doing it one week. You got to do it every week. Obviously, it's a brutal division. But yeah, obviously stayed up last year and just need to put a run of games together and just keep going for the whole season, because the points up for grabs and there's winnable games in there.
I think there is still space in the squad, Matty, for a super sub striker who's got a 15-minute cameo in him, to be perfectly honest. So
I don't know about
that. But listen, thanks so much, Matty. You are a true A-list guest. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you for the last hour or so. You are a true Oxford United legend. Please always remember that. And hopefully you do look back and realise that you are held in such high regard at Oxford United still, and that word legend does get bandied about, but we love you, so thank you so much for joining us.
He's so overwhelmed, his feeder's frozen. Well, thank goodness it happened now, right in. Many thanks to our many listeners and watchers on YouTube. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Don't forget to leave a rating or a comment, and do check out our socials as well, which Matt's a big fan of. You Are My Oxford on TikTok, Insta, YouTube Shorts, and of course, don't forget Blue Sky. I think I got all those right, Dan. I think you did. And Facebook now. We've got a Facebook page as well. Yes.
The big man with a big goal from the big occasion.
John, I'm sorry. I know we promised you we'd get you on, but it's just that, this other guy's come up. He's a bit more famous than you. I know you played 12 games in 1992. This guy's played like 117 and scored 60-odd goals. I'm really sorry. Listen, I'm really sorry. I promise we will get you on next week. John,
John, please, I promise next week, okay?